Serial Beck, one of the worst sex offenders in history. Serial predator and rapist who committed his first act, or I should say was caught for his first act at the age of 15, where he drugged and raped a woman. Of course, the judges don't give a fuck about the women and children that get raped and tortured by these demons, as he was sentenced to only 7 years in prison for multiple rapes and sexual assaults since he was 15 years old. At 27 years old, he would get sentenced to only 7 years. Well, there was an accident that took place in the prison. Prison officials are reporting this as an accidental fatal death, where he would fall 3 stories from the top tier of the prison to his death as he accidentally slipped over the railing and broke his neck. Let's get into it. A sexual predator who raped a young woman after encouraging her to smoke cannabis has died in prison. Kieran Beck carried out a campaign of abuse against female victims in the Scottish borders over a 7-year period from the age of 15. Beck, formerly of Hawick, had denied a series of offenses, but was found guilty of 9 charges, including rape, sexual assault, physical assault, and abusive behavior involving 3 victims on June 23, 2023. He will be sentenced to only 7 years at the High Court in Edinburgh in 2023. Let's not forget, Beck also raped one woman at his former home while he was still a teenager of 15 years old and subjected a second woman to sexual assault while she was sleeping. The third victim was also subjected to attacks by Beck when she was punched, kicked, put in a headlock, and forced to the ground. At the time, Beck was told that he would only be placed on the sex offenders registry. Yet, things took a different turn for this piece of shit. I mean, did they think for 1 second that he was gonna get out after 7 years and not terrorize more women? The incident has been reported as a fatal accident. The fatal accident of this piece of shit right here went like this. The convicted chomo rapist piece of shit, Kieran Beck, 27, has died inside an HMP Edinburgh under circumstances now drawing scrutiny. Beck was serving a 7-year sentence for a string of violent sexual offenses against multiple women, reportedly slipped and fell from the top tier of the prison while stepping out to shower. Sources close to the incident say he plunged 3 stories to the concrete floor below, breaking his neck in what has been described as a fatal accident. Notably, the surveillance cameras covering that area were not operational at the time, reportedly due to an outstanding maintenance request, raising further questions about the safety protocols inside the facility. Like I told you guys all the time, accidents happen all the time in prison. You see chomos get thrown to their death over the top tiers all the time in confinement. Food gets jizzed in, spit in, poisoned, because they want them to take their own lives accidentally. And it'll happen like this. A victim will get in touch with somebody, or somebody will just want to take him out just because of what he did to women and children. And the COs will put a maintenance call in for the cameras and other situations to be fixed. Doors, electrical units, malfunctions. And for some reason, they don't come in time. And these chomo piece of shits think they're going to make their release date, and they end up slipping on a banana peel and breaking their neck. Stay out, stay free, us.